What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Asterism. Yes, indeed, Asterism Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Tim Gove, and Tim wanted to see me react to this. It is Asterism putting their spin on the Van Halen classic tune, Jump.
More seductive than sex.
You can't say that on TV.
I can say that.
Now, have I heard the song before? Full disclosure, yes, I have. I have heard Jump by Van Halen more times than I care to count. I have played the songs more times than I care to count. It's one of the go-to standards if you're ever in a cover band for Van Halen or you're doing like an 80s tribute band or whatever. Oh God, this is a go-to. If you're not playing this, there's something wrong with your group. You need to kind of reevaluate where your focus is from an 80s rock tribute band. So yeah, I have played this song more times than I possibly care to count. So yes, I am very familiar with the original song. However, I have never heard Asterism play the song. So, full disclosure, full transparency, I will not be reacting to, evaluating, or scoring the original song in any way, shape, or form. I am only going to be basing my reaction, my evaluation, and my scoring on what Asterism does with the original song. How they do it. Do they put their own spin on it? Do they play the song note for note exactly like the original? I don't know. I have no idea what they're going to do. The only way we're going to know is to find out by watching it. This was posted by Asterism, okay? And the video has 7,684 views. It's not going to get you there. Sorry. Look, I'm sure the video's fine. I'm sure the song is fine. I'm just saying 7,684 views, it's not going to get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Jump, Van Halen by Asterism, shot in one take. Cool. Oh my God, they are so young here. Oh my God, they're babies. They are babies. Oh my God. Great. Oh, this must be like at the beginning of their formation. This is going to be great. We can see some evolution here. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Nice. Wow. Oh, so the bass player has a tremolo system on his bass. Interesting. You don't see that too often. I've always wanted to do that with one of my basses. I always want to take the John Patitucci approach and take one of my 6 strings and cut it in half. Well, not the whole bass. I'll show you what I mean here. Show what I mean. So what I want to do is I would love to take, maybe not this one, maybe my Warwick. You cut the bridge in half and add the tremolo system to the top 3. Leave the bottom 3 alone. I mean, I think that would be really cool. John Patitucci did that with one of his basses, and it sounded great. I loved watching him play that. So I really want to do that with my basses. I got to figure out how to get that done or who I need to talk to. Probably a luthier. I probably need to contact a luthier and have them do the cutting and stuff. But anyway, interesting to see the guitar player playing the keyboard parts on the intro. That was really nice. And then when the vocals would have kicked in, she took over on vocals, playing the vocal parts on the guitar. Bass player took over playing the guitar parts, or not the guitar parts, the keyboard parts on the bass with his right hand, while his left hand was tapping out the bass line. Dear Lord. Really well done. Really well. Very creative. Very, very creative. Glad to see they're not using tracks. They're doing it all themselves. And that's really cool, man. All in-house. All in-house. I love that. Really well done. Drummers holding it down sounds, I don't know if it's exact. I know Alex Van Halen has like a ridiculous number of toms. Between his rototoms and everything else he has, he's got something like, 12 to 15 toms at any given point. So, and this guy's only playing with 2. So, but as far as patterns goes, rhythmically, it sounds like he's hitting all the notes right. I mean, he's hitting all the accents and everything correctly. So, gotta give him props for that. Let's see how this is gonna go. And they switch off. Wow. Wow. One take, boy. They're not kidding. Wow. That was impressive. very impressive. That was... Whew. That was so well done and so creative. Talk about thinking outside the box while keeping everything in-house, man. They hit it out of the park, man. They really did. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Asterism with their rendition of the Van Halen song Jump. This was a request from Tim Gove. Oh, man. I'm still basking in the glory of this song. I'm still geeking out over everything that we saw and heard. I'm gonna do my best not to be just totally fanboyed out right now. I'm gonna do my best to keep it calm, keep everything under control, and not geek out, and be objective, okay? I'm gonna do my best, but I'm not making any promises here. Before I give my score, I do need to reiterate this. I am not taking the original song into account here in any way, shape, or form. I am very familiar with the Van Halen song Jump. I've heard it more times than I could care to count, and I've played it more times than I care to count. And yeah, it would not be fair to take the original song into account here. I am basing my reaction, my evaluation, and my score completely on what Asterism did, completely on how they played the song, their interpretation of it. So please keep that in mind. Covers are a funny thing. Covers are a very funny thing. And I do have a score, but I'm gonna say when it comes to doing covers, it's not easy to get a tremendously high score. Like, to get up into the nines with a cover is very hard to do. And the reason for that is because it's not really their song. They're taking someone else's song and they're doing it. You know what I mean? So they didn't actually write this. They came up with an arrangement of it that is true, but they didn't actually write the original song. They took someone else's song, put their own spin on it, and put it out there. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, to get a 9 for a cover, it's gonna be really hard to do, man. I'm sorry, it is. It's kind of one of those once in a blue moon things, because I can't really take songwriting into account. I can take arranging into account. Yeah, absolutely, I can do that. But I cannot take songwriting into account because it's not their song. So yeah, getting a 9 for a cover, on this channel, it's going to be rare. And it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be one of those once in a blue moon things. Huh. What do you know? Weather report just said we got a blue moon tonight, so I guess that works. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 9.4. Yeah, 9.4. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this cover deserves. Yeah. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I have heard this song covered by so many bands. Some of the bands you've never heard of. Other bands are household names. There are a ton of bands that cover this song. Why? Because it's one of the most famous and well-known songs that Van Halen has ever written and recorded. One of those iconic songs from the 80s, in all honesty. And you hear so many bands play this song, and I have played this song in a number of different bands, and yeah, this song is kind of overdone if you ask me. This was one of the most original and best executed covers of this song that I personally have ever seen or heard. This was outstanding. First of all, they did this all in one take with no track. No track whatsoever. They did it all in-house, all in one take. That's impressive. That is absolutely impressive. And yes, it was live. You could hear the static in the speakers. You could hear everything, you know, buzzing. You heard all the background noise. You heard the breathing. You heard the exhales before and after they started playing. So yes, this was live without question. And they did it in one take. Boy, oh boy. I don't know how long they must have worked on this to work all the arranging out. That, I think, was the most impressive thing to me. Don't get me wrong, the playing, what they played, that was impressive, okay, absolutely. But how they played it, like how they arranged, their arrangement of this song was really cool. Starting off with the guitar player at the beginning of the song playing the keyboard parts on the guitar. Really cool. And then when the vocals were supposed to kick in, she took over playing the vocal lines on the guitar while the bass player took over the keyboard line with his right hand tapping on the upper part of the neck while his left hand was on the lower part of the neck tapping out the bass line. So he's playing two parts. Who thinks of that? Seriously, who thinks of that? I mean, these kids, and here's the other thing. This was done young, much earlier in their career. So this isn't modern. This was like back at the beginning of their existence. How cool is that, man? These kids were talented at that age. They're still talented, don't get me wrong, but I mean, at that young of an age to be that talented is kind of criminal if you ask me. And they kept flip-flopping and rearranging, and then, like, you know, when they did the trade-off during the solo section, bass player taking over the keyboard line, while the guitar player was holding out the guitar chords like, you know, the guitar player is supposed to have the keyboard player doing diddle 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 diddle, and he's sitting there doing it on the bass. I'm just like, dear Lord, I just kind of want to take my basses right now and throw them in the trash because he just absolutely showed me up right here. But it was just creative and well executed all the way through start to finish. And I don't want to leave the drummer out. Listen, Alex Van Halen, when he's playing, especially during that era in the 80s, man, God, his drum set was out of control. Absolutely out of control. He had rototoms everywhere. He had those tube toms everywhere. He had an entire 7-tom rack system around. He had like 3 floor toms. His toms and cymbals were out of control. Now he did use them all. I will grant him that. Every show, man, you watch Alex Van Halen play during the 80s and 90s, man, he made that entire drum set work. He did. There was not a single drum that went untouched. There was nothing there that was there just for show. But to see this drummer doing this song on what was essentially a 5-piece kit, hi-hat, cymbal, kick, snare. Actually, it'd be a 6-piece kit. Well, 1 rack tom and 1 floor tom. It's a 6-piece kit. My bad. But I mean, that's what he had. That's all he had to work with, and he did a fantastic job. I didn't hear anything from the drumming that did not sound like it didn't belong. If memory serves, listen to what he played compared to what I've heard being played both from covers bands and from Van Halen themselves. I think he nailed the part on a much more scaled down drum set, which is, listen, when you can do that as a drummer, you're showing some serious chops. So I know a lot of drummers that'll sit there and go, well, I don't have enough drums, so I can't do that. Yes, you can. You just have to be creative. You have to think outside the box, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly. And this kid, man, showing some talent with that drumming. Listen, this was fan-frickin-tastic. One of the best. I'm just going to make this statement, and I don't know if I'm going to regret saying this or not, but I feel very comfortable saying this. This was one of the best covers I think I've ever seen from a creative standpoint. Their arrangement on this was unbelievable. Unbelievably phenomenal. So, yeah, 9.4. I feel great with that score. And like I said, getting a 9 for a cover is rare. It's not easy to do with me. But if you earn it, you're going to get it. And they absolutely earned it from me. 9.4, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.